Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Kubera Season 2 episodes 10, 11, and 12, or the last three parts of Blood. I'm extremely excited to read. I'm sorry that I took last week off. I didn't intend to. It just got to be like Thursday and I was like, I still haven't posted Kubera on the Monday that it's supposed to be, so I just need to call it off this week and just do Kubera next week. So sorry I took an unintended week off. But I'm really excited to get into this one. My head's been a little foggy today, got the sleep deprivation debuff going on. Some days you feel it, some days you don't. Today it's been one of those days where it's hitting me and it's a little foggy. And technically, though this is my Monday video, it's already 12:30 past midnight as I'm recording this, and then I have to edit, render, upload it, and do all of that stuff after I record it, so it's up pretty late for you probably, so I'm sorry about that. If not completely just up Tuesday, because I still need to edit, render, and upload the anime reaction for Tower of God, so I might actually post that tonight and then post this in the morning. But of course, you know when you're seeing this. So either way, I'm excited to see what happens. We really got cliffhung last time around, but I also didn't feel like it would, I felt like it was a good cliffhanger, and I don't feel like it would have been a good idea to continue on when we might be getting into some, like, more action. I thought maybe last week if I went another chapter or two, we might get into some more stuff that'd be even harder to end on. So I'm excited. Let's just read. We have countless deaths will find their way to you. You'll be able to overcome most of them on your own, but there will be ones which you cannot. You, who have the highest probability of losing this battle. That's the reason why I have come to you. From this moment forward, since you have the knowledge of my existence, you will now be able to borrow my power for your magic. Okay, getting some, like, crazy backstory scene, I guess, but do not forget, strictly speaking, I do not exist here as a god. Thus the magic I'm letting you borrow will be very unstable. As you borrow my power, it'll eat away at your existence, little by little. Since we ended with Asha, is this an Asha backstory? Is that why Asha is just this good? As you borrow my power, it'll eat away at your existence little by little. So of course, it'll be best to never use it. But you know what? You could even die while you hesitate over your decision. We have crunching and grinding, actually. The decision is yours to make, if it's needed or not. Hoti, Vishnu. So I wonder then, we know Vishnu went missing, right? I wonder if Vishnu was the one that granted power then. Specifically to Asha. Blood Part 5. And we cut away from that. We have such a very serious scene, and then we cut to this bright, colorful scene. Well, really bright, colorful room. We are still in the same place. President, I really don't think this is right. How could we seal off the basement and run away by ourselves? What about Asha? That's Asha's problem. Why should I stay here and wait for her? There's no guarantee that she'll succeed. I have no reason to put my life at risk waiting for her. The best thing to do right now is to seal it off and run. If Asha fails and the half gets out, we can say it was all her fault. Asha went down there to buy a half and things went wrong, okay? What? We're gonna put everything on Asha? Watch your mouth. We're not putting anything on Asha. But that's what actually happened. At first, I was going to pin everything on Heresy, but all circumstances considered... And she stops. What's wrong? Did you leave something behind? Why is that thing here? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, and we have the statue. And then we're back to Yuta, who's confused. Sees the blood. This is cool. They mentioned the blood of a god, or whatever, so blood, of course, in the title refers usually to multiple things, and we've seen multiple things already that it could refer to. Does Asha actually have the actual blood of a god? Oh, right, because they said the blood of a god could snap Yuta out of it. By seeing that you're pretty shocked, I see you've returned to quite a while ago. Don't worry about this, I just need to heal. Hoti Asvins. And she regenerates her hand. Ah, my sleeve is still ripped. This is the best state. This is the best state? I really don't get this spell sometimes. Well, I can just get it mended. I'm just glad that you didn't need any of my fur cloak, since this is much harder to mend. So, how much how much what? I think the so how much is just extra, and it's just supposed to be so how far do you remember. Is it right before getting caught by the Hide of Bondage? You should be fine if my calculations worked as they should, but since this city and then she's interrupted by a hug. I love these characters. She looks down. Yuta, if Lise and I were to fight, on whose side would you stand? He looks confused. No, forget it. I already know the answer. Forget that I ever asked. And of course, whatever Ash is doing here feels sketchy in that she's kind of using Lise for something, whatever the end goal is, which is something that I've said since since Atera. But is like, as much as it's like, oh, sketchy, she's using her for something, it also, there's like much more of a tragic tinge to it now. Anyway, it's time to finalize our deal with that merchant. I'm gonna need your help, Yuta. And then, I noticed that you sealed down the basement entrance, Miss Riche. It was not easy to come out thanks to you. I really like Riche. I know I just did a character ranking at the end of Season 1, but when we get to the end of Season 2, if I do another one then, I don't know. That's a long time, so I'll probably have a lot of different opinions, but I think Riche would rank pretty highly. I was just about to open it. Really, I was. Yuta, bite. He starts growling. Miss Riche, I think we should draw up a new contract, so hear me out. Do something about this kid first. You can listen while you run. Okay, is this the Fighters Academy Guild, whatever? What? How could classes be over? Everyone's gone home and only a few people are left training. This is boring. I told you, come back later with Asha. I don't think I'll need to. I thought there would be something special, but... Huh? What's behind that door? We have silence, food and drink not permitted. It's compulsory to have that place for all fighters, or for all fighter academies. They keep photos of legendary fighters in there. But looking at photos of dead people just makes me feel all depressed. So I don't really like... And she already went in. I think Yuta's the only one in this group who actually listens to what I say. I love Ran as well. He ended up coming in. Wow, all of them look really strong. Why am I doing all this for a girl who already has a boyfriend? Do you know any of these fighters, Ran? I don't really know anyone. So, even if they're all great and mighty, I don't really feel... And then we see Rao-Lise. And she stops. To be continued. This is stuff that I really want to get into. Like Lise and her actual family. Like Rao-Lise had to be so cool, right? To do the whole like power of a god's name and have a daughter who the like... It's one thing they've sort of mentioned before. There's a bunch of people named Agni, but they don't have the power of the name. But Lise legitimately has the power. So I feel like Lisa's parents have this really cool backstory that I really can't wait to learn more about. And we also know that there's a connection to Ran there as well. So let's continue to the next chapter. We're on to chapter 11, and I've got to be real with you. I really have struggled to get those ones lined up correctly so they like actually looked lined up with each other, and even just being off a tiny bit is gonna really bother me in editing and stuff. I think they look good though. I think it looks fine. But either way, let's actually read the chapter. We have the flashback to a picture that she saw as a kid. Kubera, can you help mommy for a sec? It's so weird hearing her called Kubera even. Yes, I'm on my way. Mom, when's Dad coming home? When you get a little older. Can't he just come now? I miss Dad so much. Does Dad not miss me? Ron, what do these dates below the photo mean? Huh? Of course, it's the year of birth and year of death. Why, is there someone you know? Wow, I'm impressed there's a fighter you know. And then we see Rowley's. And he stops. Okay, I mean, I think he should probably be able to put two and two together, that they look basically exactly the same, have the same name. I think maybe he should be able to figure out, okay, there is a connection here. Blood Part 6. And once again, I mentioned before the blood connections with Teo and Guntarva's familial relationships last time. I mentioned the blood when it comes to Yuta and the cloak. I mentioned it with the statue, and now of course it ties in this week with Asha too. And now, once again, we have these blood ties here with Lise and her father. So Blood Part 6. What's your relationship with him? No, it's not like I'm related to him or anything. I read his autobiography when I was little. Wow, my dad is so strong, and we saw her have the book at the very, very beginning of the series. So I really wanted to see him in person one day. I never realized he was already dead. I'm so stupid. And Ron is pressing X to doubt. He was a great fighter. The one who exceptionally used transcendental skills as a pure-blood human. The winner of the Fighter Championship when he was not even 20 years old. Being so strong, along with having good personality, he was loved by many, he had nearly everything in young age which the world had to offer. So the people that knew him well used to say, Rowley's had only one flaw. It was that he had no goal to live for because he had achieved so much at such an early age, to the point where he'd put himself in danger without hesitation. But perhaps luck was on his side, since he really did always come back alive from the mission of sure death, naturally making the most dangerous missions to be his in the Fighters Guild. So he ends up going on an expedition mission to other planets, which everyone were reluctant of going. And of course it's not perfect English, but I understand all of what they mean. So they actually have people, sorry, my nose is itching. We actually have people from Willarv going on expeditions to the other planets. It was just before the upheaval when he left Willarv for Carte. Oh, and we see, bad things happened to Carte. And he couldn't come back because of the upheaval. Huh. Wow, that means he left when Mom was pregnant with me. Did he not think about his family at all? No, look, it says year end 5. When we lose contact with someone during the upheaval, it's marked as year end 0. Rowley's was once seen in N5, on the last transport ship from Carte to Willarv. For some reason he wasn't on board when the ship arrived at Eloth, but many of the passengers said that they'd seen him on the ship, and they said they couldn't forget him because he was crying, which was very unlike him. Anna, I want to live. I want to live so that I can see you again, and I really want to hold our baby in my arms just once. Again, he's so cool just from this backstory. I really, really want to see more of what this backstory is. And I was kind of expecting him to be dead. Actually, I was expecting him to just be dead, but if there's a chance that he's actually alive, that could be a really cool plot point. Stupid, isn't it? And it plays too with how all of these characters have people that they care about that are they think they're dead or they might be dead, but there's hope that they could be alive. Again, it ties in with the Teo stuff, her hoping that her parents could be alive, Guntarva hoping that his daughter can be alive. And now again, we have Lise maybe getting a glimmer of hope that her father could be alive. Stupid, isn't it? He should have just never left in the first place. What, are you crying? I thought you said you didn't know him. I think that story is just really sad. That's all. And again, I don't know if this is because he is intuiting their connection, and he gets that there's something going on, even if she doesn't want to admit it, and even if he doesn't know exactly what, or if this is because of his own connection. Boo, and he pushes her. I love when Kubera does this. When we have just the, like, filled color silhouette blobs of the characters. I love these panels. What was that for? Because if you cry because of Rao, how do you think that would make him feel? And then, really? Elwyn has been practicing her transcendental skill that hard? Yes, especially today. She was working so much harder. I think she'll master this one in a few days. Really, Elwyn? Congratulations in advance. Hehe, thank you. Anyway, I have a message for you, Union Master. The Eterra Magic Guild has sent an official letter. Apparently, God Agni's been summoned to the temple in Eterra, and he declared himself in front of everyone. Really? Wow, that sounds like fun. I wonder how it would feel to have a god by your side. Since you're here, how about having dinner with us? I have to go. I've already ordered dinner. I'm just here to see Elwyn. That's too bad. Then we'll see you tomorrow, Master. Okay, good night, both of you. Agni, what are you up to? Man, Gennharva's such a well-done character. What are you up to? What? Vishnu's told me enough. I know that what you've done here violates the rules. Since the upheaval, gods are not allowed to openly show themselves in the human realm, and they must keep their presence hidden from all humans, excluding their summoner. I'm sure that you're aware of the reasons why Vishnu would request that, right? Hey, how do you talk so much when you look so much like Taxaka? This is weird. I can't get used to it. I knew a serious conversation with you would not be possible anyway. However, this planet's too dangerous for you to feel safe. At the very least, you need to think about a plan for resistance against... I don't care, and he just cuts him off. I'll be taking my princess and leaving this planet. Hey, stop. Wait, I was kidding. And Brilith is looking on. I want to go closer, but Mr. Cossack is a little scary. Anyway, how could those two have a conversation? Agni fools around all the time, when Mr. Cossack, without his earrings, doesn't like people fooling around. Even so, I doubt they would fight or anything. I got it. Brilith. Yes? Us two have decided to become a team and protect Willarv. And our team name shall be the God and the Dradra. What kind of team name is that? Oh, you don't like it? Then how about the God and the Lizette? And then we have just an explosion. Kya! Stop it. Please stop. How are you two going to protect the planet like this? To be continued. I, again, like the idea that we're presented where Cossack was potentially willing to just say, hey, I'm taking my daughter and going to one of the other planets. And we're getting so much talk of Carte, so much talk of visiting other planets, that at first I thought for Kubera to be hundreds of chapters long, I was like, you don't need to go around to a bunch of different places. But at the same time, we have been traveling around a lot already. And I'm like, there's only really a couple cities on Willarv. So, like, how much can you really travel to? But this makes me think more and more that we're probably going to end up eventually going around to a bunch of different planets, or at least a couple maybe. It's at least letting me know that this isn't going to just all be on Willarv. We're going to see some stuff. I guess already it hasn't all been on Willarv because of the Carte channels, but it's not like just all going to be on this one planet. We're maybe going to be moving around a bit more. And that's not super surprising, given that I figured we'd see some of the gods' realm eventually, and I definitely thought we'd see more of the Shura realm at various points, but it seems like other human worlds are maybe going to get roped into the story at some point too. And then, well, that's the end of that. So, okay, let's go to the next one. Huh? Yura? Whoa, it's Yura! Yura! Hey, watch out for the stairs. We have a bunch of thumping. What a relief. I was so worried about you. The bleeding. Lise seems like her usual self. Ron Syrafe, did you cause any trouble while I was away? Of course not. I love Asha just always using his full name. What's with that look? Season 2, Chapter 12, Blood, Part 7. So she just gave you these 2 god-level items for free? From that evil, vicious merchant? How? Stop asking. What the hell did this guy do? Threaten to kill her or something? Just always thinking the worst. Anyway, why did you take these two when there were so many other items? Didn't you say the Height of Bondage costs a fortune to activate when its uses are limited? And the neutral bow's uses are even unknown. So why these? They're all useless. That's why I'm going to ask a creation magician to alter these items. Are you stupid? If altering it is going to solve it, someone would have done it already. Obviously altering it won't do. You act all intelligent, but you're actually kind of stupid. Anyway, you haven't forgotten about our bet, right? We're going to head over to the Magic Guild tomorrow in the morning, to check out whose scores are higher, even though you wouldn't stand a chance, of course. Dream on is all I need to say. This smug face, that's such a good face for Asha. Oh my, what confidence. But that confidence will be gone tomorrow. I was just about to tell you the same thing. There they go again. We should leave. I love these two. The characters are so good. I just remembered, Ron came with us because of that bet. So I guess he'll leave once they get the result. And your destination was here, Kalabloom. Our group will get a lot smaller soon. Hey Yuta, earlier today, on our way back from that house you were in, I went to the martial arts academy. I always thought I was not alone as long as I had my dad, even if I'd lost everything. But I guess I was wrong. My dad, my mom, the people from my village, along with Ron and you. Everyone's leaving me. But I'm not going to lose Asha because I'll follow her till the very end. Yuta looks over. Yuta, if one day Lise and I were to fight, whose side would you stand, or on whose side would you stand? He writes something down and shows it to her. I'll stay by your side until you ask me to leave, Lise. Huh? Really? For real? Wow, I adore you so much, Yuta. And he's blushing. We cut to Gandharva. Gandharva, all you have to do is break the closed space of chaos. The closed space of the earth is easy to get through since the earth priest is weak. So, all you need to do is infiltrate the city and kill the priestess of chaos. Is that all I have to do? Yes, that's it. Simple, huh? Just finish that simple task, then you can go over to the Shura realm to find Shakuntala. Ah, by the way, Gandharva, you and I are somewhat alike. We're both selfish kings. We can spill the blood of everyone for our own trivial purposes. You act all noble, but in the end you're no different from me. No? No. I am different. We are different. How dare you try to drag me down to your level? My purpose is not trivial. Shakuntala isn't trivial. Shakuntala is. Hey, can you not hear what I'm saying? And he gets snapped out of it. My God, I've had to call you 5 times for you to look at me. Dinner's ready. That knife, does it mean you're going to stab me if I don't go? Huh? What knife? And then gasp. What was I thinking? Why did I bring this with me? I'm sorry. It just makes me feel safe when I'm holding on to something. Don't worry. It didn't frighten me at all. She's the first funny human I've seen since, Koopa Turgent. I should tell her to leave the city before the attack. That's funny that he still says Koopa Turgent. Oh, look at all this. You must be a good cook, huh? But what's up with those apples? I actually ordered everything from a restaurant. The apples are the only ones I peeled myself. That's so cute. Got it. Teo, can I ask you something? Sure, ask away. Is this the sauce? Do you know where the Priestess of Chaos lives? Huh? That's some weird amnesia you have. You know who the the Priestess of Chaos is, but you don't know where she lives? Oh, I heard some people talking about her while I was at the shops. Actually, Sagara told me. Kalabloom has a Temple of Earth and a Temple of Chaos. And while the Priest of Earth lives inside the temple, the Priestess of Chaos lives outside the temple. I was just curious whether that was true. Yes, it's true. That's because the closed space of chaos is a little peculiar. While the closed space of other cities has to be activated by the priest or priestess by using their vigor. Okay. So, he is actually we're seeing it presented in this way, so I thought it was like a narration box kind of, or like it was just his thoughts, but I think he's actually saying that. That's why she's answering it in that way, and then she is actually saying this. It's just being presented this way. Like usually this kind of like thing has dialogue boxes if it's spoken aloud in most things, instead of like if it's presented like this, it's usually thoughts or a narrator, but I think they are actually saying this out loud. While the closed space of other cities has to be activated by the priest or priestess by using their vigor, the closed space of chaos runs just fine by itself as long as there's someone with a triple chaos attribute within the bounds of the barrier. The problem is that people with triple chaos attributes are extremely uncommon. The goddess Kali, who had jurisdiction over the attribute of chaos, disappeared long ago. Since she was the only god who had chaos attributes, no god was able to take her place. So the birth attribute chaos became none, literally empty, I mean. And babies with empty attributes are often stillborn, so being a triple, it's a miracle to be born alive at all. So that's a really neat bit of world building. So any baby with an empty attribute in any time of the year or whatever, based on how the system works, like if any one of your three are empty, it could lead to you probably being stillborn. So to have all three be empty and to like survive is crazy rare. So in Calibloom now, the priestess is the only person with a triple chaos attribute. That means there's no substitute once the priestess dies. And if you have triple empty, I guess, can you still use magic at that point? I guess, would your magic just be super weak because they're all empty? Or could it be even super strong because they're all empty? How would that even work? I'd like to meet someone with such rare attributes. Could you tell me where the priestess lives? Here. Huh? The priestess of chaos is right here. You're looking at her. I did not expect it to be Teo. I thought that she was going to straight up just be a fighter. Maybe that is why she's a fighter. Maybe triple empty means she can't use magic. But that's weird though, because I thought Teo was the kind of person to just go out on like adventuring stuff. I thought that in fact she would have left the barrier back when she found Guntarva. But I guess maybe that was still in the barrier. And that's a cliffhanger. Next chapter, The Weapon of a God, Chapter 14, Blood End. This is hurting my heart, because Teo is already one of my favorites. I love her. I think she's amazing. I think she's incredible. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Teo, best girl. I don't know, as many compliments as I can heap on her as possible. I really, really, really like Teo already, but it's like... And she's treated Guntarva so nicely, but he is stuck in this place where it's like somebody has treated him so nicely when they didn't have to, and it'd be horrible of him to repay that kindness with evil. But at the same time, he's got to find his daughter, and the thing that might be keeping him from his daughter is killing the priestess of chaos. And then there comes like the idea that Guntarva should be extremely, extremely, extremely strong, but we know that a lot of these Gnostica, a lot of these Shura, aren't at their absolute peak. They're not at their strongest, just because of the condition that they have to be living in the human world here. So he might not be at his peak. Meanwhile, Teo's like the head of the Fighters Guild, right? So she should be, and we saw she had like a high number ranking too, so she should be like extremely, extremely strong. So it's like, would it even be that easy for Guntarva to kill her? And like this just makes me sad, because I've really liked all the scenes with the two of them, and I think that's just good writing, to like make me love all the scenes between them and then put them in this impossible situation where, obviously Teo would have to defend herself if she was under threat of being killed, but also you've got Guntarva, who it's like you don't want to see him fighting with her, but at the same time, he kind of has to. And then, like, beyond just how good these characters are, Lyse is incredible, Asha's incredible. I feel like we learned a lot more. I really hope that, Lyse's father, that Rao might still be alive somehow, because I think that is just a really cool potential plot point. Ron, I think, is a very, very good character. Yuta's a very good character, and both of them had great moments. The comedy was great as always. I personally really, really, really like Kubera's art. I like the style. It's simple, but it's nice. So like I have nothing but great things to say, and I really I want more people to start reading Kubera. I want to see like some of the other people like within my circle that cover Tower of God. A bunch of them cover cover ORV now. I would love to see more people doing read-throughs of Kubera because this is just so good. Sadly, because my videos are so short, I can't get my schedule in check that they'll probably catch up quicker than I do. I mean, I don't want to like speed run and catch up too quickly because then we're just going to be sitting around waiting for new chapters, and I don't really think that helps either. So I don't want to go too quickly. And also I feel like I said, for those videos where I did a lot of chapters at once for Chainsaw Man, I felt like when I was doing big huge bundles of like 9 or more chapters that I was giving each chapter less attention. I was discussing less, and I don't want that to happen either. I want to be able to really talk through things. But yeah, either way, people would probably just catch up and move past me. But I really would love to see more read-throughs. I would be I would be there watching. Either way, though, I need to end this so I can go. Like I said, I'll probably go edit, render, upload the Tower of God anime thing and get that up, and then post this tomorrow. Or maybe I'll post this. I'd kind of rather do this. I'm sorry, I love the anime. I think it's been very, very good so far. But I just kind of feel like doing this. So I guess I'm going to do this tonight, and then I'll do the anime in the morning. And yeah, either way, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of these 3 chapters, my first thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, then it's free and open for anyone. Again, in the future, if I can really get my schedule down and fixed, I'd really like to do, at least a little bit longer videos for Kubera, just because I really want to read more. I want more Kubera. I love it. I think it is really one of my favorite things that I'm reading, and that's saying something when I love all of the stuff that I'm reading a lot. Like I'm really, really, really excited for Kubera stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. I already said all that, I think. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. If you want to help support the channel, help me keep making videos, and also get your name at the end of every video, get One Piece videos a little bit early, then hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls, Evernono, Abyss Knight, J.A., and the D-Ban, Cheeridan students, David Langstaff, and Folded Ghoul, Slayer candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element, Pate Ordial. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and yeah, thank you, and I'll see you all next time.